If you're over 60 and feel unsteady on your feet, this could be the most important video you'll ever watch. Every day, thousands of seniors suffer preventable falls, some of which lead to hospitalizations, long-term disabilities, or worse. But what if one simple trick, done right before you take your first step, could change everything? Thousands have already adopted this method. The result? Fewer falls, more confidence, and the ability to walk with renewed ease. Doctors didn't believe it at first, until they saw the data. Stay with us, because in just a few minutes, you'll learn exactly what this walking reset is, how to do it properly, and why it works better than many expensive devices or risky medications. Let's begin with the harsh reality. The silent epidemic: falls after 60. Every year, over 30 million seniors suffer a fall. That's more than 80,000 falls per day. The most alarming part? Most of them happen at home, within just the first few steps after getting out of bed. Why is that? Your muscles are stiff. Your brain hasn't fully activated your balance system. And your body is relying on old movement patterns that no longer serve you. We've been taught that walking is automatic. But after 60, nothing is truly automatic anymore. Your body changes. Your nervous system slows down. And the result is a dangerous delay between intention and action. But here's the good news. A group of physiotherapists working with veterans discovered a powerful trick. It takes less than 60 seconds. It requires no equipment. And when done before walking, it activates a hidden circuit in your brain that restores your body's natural balance reflex. Let's dig deeper into why this trick matters, and what could happen if you don't use it. What really happens to your body after 60? You may not notice it day to day, but slowly and surely, 3 major systems in your body begin to decline. Your proprioception, the ability to sense your body's position in space. Your vestibular system, the balance mechanism in your inner ear. Your reflex arc, the speed at which your muscles respond to instability. These aren't just technical terms. They're the reason you trip over a rug, misjudge a step, or lose balance when turning too fast. It's not your fault. It's biology. But you can work with biology to rewire how your body responds to movement. That's exactly what this walking trick does. Before we reveal it, let's meet Harold, 74, who credits this method with saving his life, literally. Harold's story: I almost gave up walking. Harold used to love his morning walks. But after a series of frightening stumbles, and one bad fall that left him with a fractured wrist, he was scared. His confidence vanished. Each step felt like a gamble. His doctor prescribed a cane. Then a walker. Then suggested cutting back on movement altogether. That's when Harold's granddaughter showed him the walking trick we're about to teach you. Within 1 week, Harold wasn't just walking better. He was walking farther. With zero support. He said, "It's like my legs remembered how to move again." This isn't a miracle. It's science. And soon, it can be your story too. Let's take a closer look at what's really happening when you stand up to walk, and why that first minute after getting out of bed is the most dangerous. When you rise in the morning, your body is transitioning from a state of rest to action. During sleep, your muscles cool down, your joints stiffen slightly, and your brain operates in a slower rhythm. That's completely normal. But for seniors, this transition is riskier because the systems responsible for movement, particularly your balance circuit, are still in standby mode. This is why many falls happen within those first few steps. You stand up, feel a slight wobble, maybe lose your footing, and it's already too late. The secret to preventing this lies in activating your sensory feedback loop before you take that first step. That's what the trick does. It sends a strong, clear signal from your feet to your brain, saying, "We're about to move, wake up." And your brain responds by increasing muscular coordination, joint awareness, and core stability in less than 30 seconds. Sounds too good to be true? Let's walk through the science. The science behind the reset walk. The walking trick is based on a principle known in neurology as neuropriming. Here's how it works. Your feet contain over 7,000 nerve endings. These are connected to every major muscle group involved in walking. When stimulated properly, they send a burst of information to your somatosensory cortex, the part of your brain that handles movement and balance. This creates a moment of neuromuscular readiness, a state where your body is fully aware of its position, movement, and necessary corrections. You don't need machines. You don't need supplements. Just this tiny sequence of movements that remind your body how to walk safely. It's like rebooting a computer that was frozen. The trick doesn't give you superpowers, but it releases the power you already have. Let's now break it down step by step, so you can learn how to do it properly starting tomorrow morning. How to do the walking trick, step by step. Before getting out of bed, sit on the edge with both feet flat on the floor. Then, press your toes into the floor for 5 seconds, then relax. This activates the muscles in your arch, calves, and thighs. Rock gently from your heels to your toes, 5 times. This stimulates your balance center and improves ankle mobility. Tighten your core and buttocks for 5 seconds, then release. This connects your lower body with your spine support system. Stand up slowly and pause for 5 seconds, with your eyes open and focused straight ahead. This gives your brain time to process vertical alignment. Then, and only then, start walking. The entire sequence takes less than 60 seconds. But the benefits? They can last all day. In the next section, we'll explain why each of these steps works, down to the nerve level, and how to customize the trick if you have arthritis, neuropathy, or joint issues. But first, here's a quick reminder. If you're watching this and thinking, I don't have balance problems yet, consider this. Most seniors never notice the danger until after the fall. Prevention is always easier than recovery. And what you do today may save you weeks of pain, or even your independence, in the future. So don't wait until it's too late. Let's now explore why each part of the walking trick works so effectively, especially for seniors over 60. This isn't just a random routine. Each movement is strategically designed to activate specific systems in your body that are crucial for safe walking. Step 1. Pressing your toes into the floor for 5 seconds. What it does. This movement activates the intrinsic foot muscles, particularly the flexor digitorum brevis and abductor hallucis. These muscles are often underused, especially if you've been wearing supportive shoes that limit foot movement for years. Why it matters. Weak foot muscles reduce your ability to grip the ground. When you lose that microcontrol, your foot becomes a passive object rather than an active support system. Activating these muscles sends signals to your spinal cord and cerebellum, telling your body that stability is now a priority. You're not just waking up your feet. You're re-establishing a brain-body connection that's essential for safe movement. Step 2. Rocking from heels to toes. What it does. Stimulates your ankle joint and the surrounding proprioceptive sensors. Re-engages your balance reflex through dynamic movement. Why it matters. Falls often occur due to misjudged shifts in body weight. This rocking motion forces your brain to calculate shifting pressure and retrain the muscles to compensate. Even 5 gentle repetitions re-establish a rhythm between your feet and your brain. It's like a calibration process for your walking mechanics. Step 3. Tightening core and glutes. What it does. Activates your pelvic stabilizers, lumbar spine support, and your posterior chain, the muscles running from your back to your heels. Why it matters. The glutes are the most powerful muscles involved in walking. The core helps to stabilize your trunk, preventing unnecessary sway or rotation that can throw off your balance. This step reminds your body that walking is a whole body movement, not just something your legs do. Step 4. Standing slowly and pausing. What it does. Prevents sudden shifts in blood pressure, orthostatic hypotension. Gives your vestibular system time to stabilize. Why it matters. Many seniors fall because they feel dizzy or disoriented upon standing. That momentary pause tells your inner ear, visual system, and spinal reflexes to sync up before initiating motion. Think of it as the buffering moment your nervous system needs to load the next movement safely. Step 5. Walking with awareness. Why it matters. You're now walking with active control, not habit. This reduces autopilot walking, which is responsible for a significant number of falls among older adults. Your body is now aligned, your nervous system is primed, and your balance mechanisms are active. What happens if you skip these steps? Without this preparation, you risk taking a step with a disengaged core, leading to loss of posture. Moving with sluggish reflexes, which can't catch you in time. Relying on weak foot muscles that can't stabilize you during shifts in weight. Over time, this creates a feedback loop of instability, fear of walking, muscle loss, more instability. But with this 60-second trick, you break that cycle. This walking trick is powerful, but it's not one size fits all. Many seniors deal with chronic conditions that affect mobility, like arthritis, neuropathy, vertigo, or spinal stenosis. The good news: this method can be adjusted to fit your unique needs. Let's walk through the most common cases, and how to safely adapt the trick for each one. 1. If you have arthritis in the knees or hips. Arthritis reduces joint range of motion and can cause stiffness that interferes with steps 1 and 2 of the trick. Modifications. When pressing your toes into the ground, do it while keeping your legs relaxed. No need to activate the entire lower body yet. Instead of full heel-to-toe rocking, try ankle circles while seated. Slowly rotate each foot in both directions 5 times. When tightening your core and glutes, focus more on deep belly breathing combined with gentle glute engagement. This will stabilize without straining your joints. Why it still works. Even gentle stimulation activates proprioception and joint feedback loops. The goal is not intensity, it's communication with your brain. 2. If you suffer from diabetic neuropathy. Loss of sensation in the feet makes it harder to feel pressure and balance shifts, which are key to the original trick. Modifications. Place a textured mat or towel under your feet before starting. This gives extra tactile input, even if your sensation is reduced. Use visual focus during the pause before standing. Stare at a stable object ahead of you to help your brain orient its balance system visually. Avoid quick or jerky movements. Slow, controlled steps are better than trying to force feedback your nerves can't provide. Why it still works. Your brain adapts. If one sense is diminished, others can help compensate. This version trains your visual and core systems to support balance when nerve signals are weak. 3. If you experience vertigo or balance disorders. Inner ear issues like benign paroxysmal positional vertigo, BPPV, can make the world feel like it's spinning, especially when you stand up or tilt your head. Modifications. Instead of rocking from heel to toe, do seated weight shifts, gently shifting your weight from one buttock to the other while seated. This activates your vestibular system without triggering dizziness. Keep your head level and centered throughout the routine. No nodding or looking down. Add a handrail or stable chair back to hold on to during the standing phase. Why it still works. By minimizing motion and relying on core muscle activation and visual focus, you train the body to stabilize from the inside out, reducing the chances of a dizzy spell leading to a fall. 4. If you have spinal stenosis or chronic back pain. Back issues often cause pain during core activation or difficulty rising from a seated position. Modifications. Focus on lower abdominal bracing rather than full core tightening. Imagine gently pulling your navel inward without holding your breath. Use your arms to assist you during the stand-up phase. Place your hands on your thighs or on the bed frame to reduce strain on the spine. Limit glute squeezing if it triggers pain. Substitute with gentle pelvic tilts while seated. Why it still works. The key is to maintain spinal alignment and support. Even small contractions in the core muscles send powerful stability signals to the brain. Bonus tip. Add a gentle breath pattern. For all seniors, regardless of condition, pairing each step with slow, deep breathing supercharges results. Inhale during each activation. Exhale during the release. This adds oxygen to the system and calms the nervous system. This mind-body connection is what transforms the walking trick from a hack into a daily ritual of protection. When doctors first heard about this simple pre-walking routine, the reaction was skepticism. How could something so basic, done in less than 1 minute, have a significant effect on fall risk? But after seeing the results in real patients, many changed their minds. A clinical trial at Ridgeview Geriatric Center. In 2023, Ridgeview, a respected geriatric care facility, decided to test the walking trick with a group of 112 seniors, aged between 65 and 91. Many had already experienced at least one fall in the past year. Here's what they did. All participants were trained in the walking trick. They practiced it daily for 8 weeks, each morning before leaving their rooms. Fall incidents, balance confidence, and walking smoothness were tracked weekly. The results? Stunning. Fall incidents dropped by 42% compared to the previous 8 weeks. Reported confidence when walking improved by 58%. 89% of participants said they felt more stable throughout the day. The most dramatic feedback came from residents who had previously used walkers. Several transitioned to walking with a cane, or unassisted altogether. Dr. Elaine Hutchins, the facility's lead physical therapist, said, "This might be the most underappreciated fall prevention tool we've ever used. It's not high-tech. It's not complicated. But it works, because it prepares the brain for movement before the body even begins." A surprise from the VA hospitals. The Veterans Administration also began quietly piloting this method in mobility rehabilitation programs across 4 states. The majority of their patients had multiple mobility challenges, ranging from neuropathy to stroke recovery. They found that veterans who adopted the trick had fewer reported near-fall incidents, needed fewer assisted transfers, and recovered faster post-hospital discharge. One veteran, age 76, put it this way: "They told me I might never feel safe walking again. But now I don't just feel safe, I feel strong." Doctors agree. Prevention starts before movement. What separates this trick from typical balance training is timing. Most programs focus on exercise after walking begins, through stretching, resistance bands, or obstacle courses. But the greatest danger isn't during the walk. It's in those first 10 seconds, when your body shifts from passive to active, and your brain isn't fully ready. By targeting that window with a specific neurological pattern, this method fills a blind spot in traditional care. Why doctors are now recommending it. Here are just a few reasons physicians and physical therapists have started to endorse this routine. It's non-invasive and doesn't require medication. It can be taught in under 5 minutes. It empowers seniors to take control of their mobility. It reduces fear of movement, which is a major barrier to physical activity. And above all, it provides a sense of independence, one of the most psychologically valuable feelings for older adults. Even if you perform the walking trick every morning, there are certain habits that can quietly undo its benefits. These hidden behaviors increase your fall risk and can sabotage the progress you're trying to make, often without you even noticing. Let's expose the 5 most common culprits and show you how to fix each one. 1. Rushing out of bed without a pause. This is, by far, the most common mistake among seniors. The moment your alarm rings or your body wakes up naturally, you feel the urge to get up quickly. But that urge can be dangerous. Why it's harmful? Your blood pressure hasn't stabilized. Your balance system is still recalibrating from sleep. Your muscles are cold and unprepared for load-bearing. Fix it. Always sit on the edge of the bed for at least 30 seconds. Combine this pause with the beginning of the walking trick. Let your body catch up with your intention. 2. Walking in the dark or low light. Many falls happen during early morning or nighttime trips to the bathroom, when the room is dark and your visual cues are limited. Why it's harmful? Your brain relies heavily on visual feedback to judge space and depth. Dim lighting disrupts spatial awareness. Your risk of misjudging a step or obstacle multiplies. Fix it. Install automatic nightlights or motion-activated LED strips along your hallway or bedroom floor. They require no effort and provide instant guidance for your brain. 3. Wearing the wrong footwear indoors. Some seniors walk barefoot indoors, while others wear old slippers with flat soles. Both options reduce grip, support, and foot stimulation. Why it's harmful? Bare feet offer no shock absorption or grip. Worn-out slippers can slip or fold underneath the foot. The foot nerves aren't properly engaged. Fix it. Invest in a pair of indoor walking shoes with non-slip soles and cushion support. Choose lightweight models that don't lift too high but still provide structured stability. 4. Not drinking water in the morning. Dehydration affects much more than energy. It directly impacts blood pressure regulation and muscle performance. Why it's harmful? Low hydration makes your blood thicker, which slows circulation. This can cause dizziness, especially during positional changes. Your muscles work less efficiently without adequate hydration. Fix it. Drink at least 1 glass of water within 15 minutes of waking. Room temperature is best to avoid digestive shock. This simple act stabilizes circulation and reduces the risk of lightheadedness. 5. Ignoring your breathing while walking. Many seniors develop a pattern of shallow breathing while walking, especially when they're afraid of falling. This creates tension, reduces oxygen to the brain, and worsens posture. Why it's harmful? It tightens the shoulders and neck. It creates an unsteady upper body rhythm. It disconnects your core, reducing balance. Fix it. While walking, practice a simple breath rhythm. Inhale for 3 steps. Exhale for 4 steps. This stabilizes your torso, calms your mind, and improves body awareness. Bonus tip: posture reset before every walk. Just before walking, do a quick mental scan. Are your shoulders relaxed? Is your chin level, not tilted down? Are your arms free to swing naturally? Small adjustments make big differences in long-term safety. The walking trick is your foundation. But if you want to maximize its benefits and truly take back control of your mobility, you can combine it with a few simple daily strategies that work in harmony with your body's natural systems. These are not workouts. They're not time-consuming. They're tiny shifts in your habits that build strength, stability, and confidence over time. Let's explore 6 of the most effective ones. 1. The 2-minute wall stand. This is a posture reset technique used by physical therapists to activate the spine and core in seniors with slouched posture or weak trunk muscles. How to do it? Stand with your back flat against a wall. Your heels, buttocks, shoulders, and head should all touch the surface. Tighten your abdominal muscles gently while breathing slowly. Hold for 2 minutes. Why it works? It retrains your nervous system to recognize correct alignment. This is critical because posture affects balance more than people realize. The more upright your spine, the better your internal equilibrium. 2. Eye focus training. Your visual system is a key part of your balance. If your eyes can't quickly adjust to motion, your entire balance control system suffers. How to do it? Hold your thumb out in front of your face at arm's length. Focus your eyes on your thumb. Slowly move your thumb side to side, then up and down. Keep your head still, only your eyes should move. Do this for 1 minute per direction. Why it works? It improves visual tracking speed, helping your brain predict motion more effectively when walking. This translates to quicker reaction times if you trip or slip. 3. Mini heel raises at the sink. Many seniors avoid leg strengthening exercises, thinking they're too hard or risky. But you don't need gym machines. Just your own body. How to do it? While brushing your teeth or washing dishes, hold the sink for support. Raise your heels so you're standing on your toes. Hold for 3 seconds, then slowly lower. Start with 5 repetitions. Build to 20. Why it works? This targets your calves, ankles, and foot muscles, all essential for push-off strength during walking. 4. The one-leg stand with safety. This balance drill can be done in as little as 30 seconds. How to do it? Stand behind a sturdy chair or countertop. Hold on lightly and lift 1 foot an inch off the ground. Try to hold your balance for 10 seconds, then switch legs. Do 2 rounds per side daily. Why it works? It activates the gluteus medius, your main stabilizing muscle when standing on one leg. A weak glute medius leads to wobbly steps and poor lateral control. 5. Morning foot massage. This isn't a luxury, it's a stimulation technique. How to do it? Use your hands or a tennis ball to massage the soles of your feet. Apply gentle pressure for 1 to 2 minutes per foot. Focus especially on the arch and heel areas. Why it works? Stimulating the feet improves nerve signal transmission, which is vital for balance and coordination. It also wakes up muscles before walking. 6. The slow start rule. Instead of launching into your day at full speed, follow this simple principle. The first 5 minutes after waking are for control, not speed. This means no rushing to the bathroom, no answering the phone right away, no multitasking. Focus entirely on your posture, breathing, and foot mechanics. Why it works? It protects you from sudden falls and sets the tone for a day of mindful movement. Sometimes, the most powerful motivation comes from hearing stories of people just like you. Seniors who once struggled with fear, imbalance, or weakness, and who now walk with confidence thanks to one tiny change in their morning routine. Here are real stories from people across the country who've embraced the walking trick and the transformation it brought. Martha, 82, I walk to the park again. Martha used to walk around her neighborhood every morning. But after a sudden fall while stepping off a curb, she stopped walking altogether. She said, "After the fall, I lost my nerve. My body worked, but my confidence didn't." Her daughter found a video explaining the walking trick. Martha started doing it daily, along with a 2-minute wall stand and foot massage. Within 2 weeks, she was back on her feet, walking around her block. Now, she meets friends at the park twice a week, on foot. James, 76. My wife noticed before I did. James had never fallen, but he walked with a subtle lean and hesitated when changing direction. His wife said, "I could see he was over-correcting with each step. Like his body didn't trust itself." They watched a video about neuropriming and the morning routine. James agreed to try it for a month. After 10 days, his wife noticed smoother walking. After 3 weeks, he could get out of bed and walk without bracing the wall. Now, he jokes, "She doesn't reach out to catch me anymore, she walks beside me." Lucia, 88. The trick gave me back my mornings. Lucia lived alone and dreaded the moment she had to get out of bed. One morning, she stumbled in her kitchen and nearly hit her head on the countertop. Her doctor didn't offer much help, just recommended installing grab bars. A friend from her church showed her the walking trick. Lucia was skeptical, but she tried it anyway. She later said, "I didn't think something so small could change so much. But now I do the steps every morning, and I haven't had a single wobble since." Veterans Group in Texas. We train together now. At a retirement facility for veterans near Dallas, a group of 6 men started doing the walking trick as part of a daily challenge. One of them, Raymond, said, "We were tired of feeling fragile. So we made a pact. Every morning at 7 a.m., we'd meet and do the routine together." After 4 weeks, all 6 had reported better balance. One stopped using his cane altogether. Another said he finally felt back in command of his body. Now, they've added the wall stand, heel raises, and even take laps around the courtyard afterward. They call themselves the Balance Battalion. Why these stories matter? Every person featured here had different health profiles: arthritis, neuropathy, hip replacements, or just age-related decline. But they all shared one thing. They took action before it was too late. They didn't wait for another fall. They didn't assume weakness was permanent. They used 1 minute each morning to train their brain and body to work together again. If they can do it, so can you. Starting something new, even if it's simple, can raise questions, especially when it comes to your body. So what should you expect in your first week of doing the walking trick? Let's walk through the timeline day by day, so you know what's normal, what's promising, and what you might want to adjust. Day 1. Curiosity and caution. Your first attempt might feel awkward. Your muscles are still stiff, and your mind may wonder, is this really doing anything? But if you pay close attention, you'll likely notice. Your posture feels slightly more upright. Your legs feel a bit more prepared before the first step. You're more aware of how you're walking. That awareness is the beginning of change. Day 2. Easier transition from sitting to standing. On your second day, your body starts recognizing the routine. You may find that it's easier to stand up with control. You hesitate less before your first few steps. You're more mindful of your posture without forcing it. These small shifts matter. They lay the groundwork for deeper neuromuscular activation. Day 3. Subtle boost in confidence. By now, your nervous system has begun to anticipate the movements. You might notice less need to brace yourself on furniture, more stability when turning or shifting direction, a reduction in the wobble sensation when taking your first few steps. Many seniors report that by day 3, they feel less fragile. Day 4. Slight muscle engagement. You may begin to feel certain muscles you haven't felt in a while. Your arches activating as you press your toes. Your glutes tightening naturally. Your core holding your torso more firmly. This is your body reawakening control, not brute strength, but precision. Don't be surprised if you feel light soreness. That's a good sign your body is responding. Day 5. A new morning habit begins to take root. By day 5, You may instinctively start doing the trick before even thinking about it. That's how fast the brain adapts to patterns it finds helpful. You may notice your morning anxiety about walking is lower. You feel a smoother rhythm in your steps. You're beginning to move with intention, not hesitation. Day 6. Functional improvements in daily movement. Now, the benefits start spilling over into the rest of your day. You get up from chairs more easily. You walk longer distances with less fatigue. You feel steadier on uneven surfaces, like grass or carpets. This is when many people say, "I didn't realize how unstable I felt before, until now." Day 7. A new baseline is forming. By the end of the first week, your muscles have started to remember how to activate before movement. Your brain is rewiring connections between posture, balance, and action. And most importantly, you trust your body a little more than before. This is the turning point. Keep going, and the improvements will compound. One of the most rewarding parts of this routine is noticing steady improvement, not just in how you walk, but in how you feel when you move. But how do you track those improvements? Let's look at the 5 most important ways to measure your progress. No fancy gadgets, just your own body and daily experience. 1. Your confidence score. Before the walking trick, how confident did you feel taking your first few steps each morning? Rate that feeling on a scale from 1 to 10. A score of 1 means terrified to fall. A score of 10 means fully secure, no fear. Track this score every 3 days in a notebook or calendar. Most people start between 3 and 5, but with consistent use, many reach 7 or higher within 3 weeks. Why it matters? Confidence isn't just mental. It reflects your brain's belief in your body's ability to move safely. 2. Your first 5 steps smoothness. The first 5 steps of the day are like a diagnostic test. Pay attention to: do you wobble when you push off? Are you leaning to one side? Are your arms swinging naturally? Write 1 sentence each morning describing how those steps felt. By day 10, many users report less shakiness, more even weight distribution, smoother rhythm with each footfall. Why it matters? Your walking signature is formed in those first steps. Changing them changes everything that follows. 3. The midday energy test. Here's a surprising benefit of the trick. By improving early mobility, you also increase energy conservation later in the day. At lunchtime, ask yourself, do I feel stronger walking to the kitchen? Am I moving more freely without needing support? Has my urge to sit down frequently decreased? If the answer to any of these is yes, that means your neuromuscular efficiency is improving. Why it matters? Efficient movement uses less energy, reduces joint wear, and helps you stay active longer each day. 4. Bathroom or kitchen safety check. Look at the places where you walk the most, especially in the morning. Are you gripping counters less? Making fewer detours to avoid rugs or corners? Turning with less hesitation? Set 1 weekly goal. Walk from your bedroom to the bathroom or kitchen with full control. No rush, no tension, no help. Record your success as on your calendar. These check marks become visible proof of progress. 5. The No Handstand Challenge. Once per week, try this test. Sit on the edge of your bed or a sturdy chair. Cross your arms over your chest. Slowly rise to standing without using your hands. If you can do it, even once, that's a major win. It means your legs are regaining strength. Your core is supporting you. Your body is learning to rise with intentional control. If you can't do it yet, no problem. Just attempting it safely tells your brain, I'm working on this. Celebrate small wins. Your improvement may be subtle at first, but subtle is powerful. It means your nervous system is doing deep work behind the scenes. Over weeks and months, these small upgrades will compound into visible strength, control, and grace. Once you've integrated the walking trick into your mornings, the next step is expanding your mobility through a personalized walking plan. This isn't about logging miles or breaking records. It's about regaining your rhythm, building confidence, and reducing the risk of decline. Whether you live alone or in a retirement community, whether you walk inside or outdoors, you can create a walking habit that's not only safe, but deeply rewarding. Let's go step by step to build it. Step 1. Define your walking zones. Your environment matters. Create 3 walking zones based on safety and comfort. Zone 1. Inside your home, hallways, kitchen, living room. Zone 2. Immediate outdoor area, yard, driveway, garden path. Zone 3. Public spaces, sidewalks, parks, shopping centers. Your goal is to become highly confident in Zone 1, then gradually expand into Zones 2 and 3 as your balance improves. Why it matters. Confidence built indoors becomes your foundation for moving through the world without fear. Step 2. Choose your walking windows. Rather than forcing one long walk per day, aim for 2 to 3 mini walks at consistent times. Morning reset walk, 5 to 10 minutes after your walking trick. Afternoon mobility walk, keep circulation going and breaks sedentary time. Evening relaxation walk, promotes calm and digestive support before bed. Each walk should start and end with a brief posture check and slow breathing. You're not just walking, you're retraining your body. Why it matters. Spaced repetition strengthens both memory and movement. Walking multiple times helps your brain retain balance cues. Step 3. Set feeling goals instead of step counts. Forget step counters for now. Instead, focus on how you feel. Did you walk without gripping objects? Did your stride feel smooth and even? Did you enjoy the walk, mentally and physically? Keep a small notebook with 3 checkboxes per walk. No stumbling. Comfortable pace. Positive mindset. If you can check all 3, that's a perfect session. Why it matters. Positive experiences increase consistency, and consistency is the real goal. Step 4. Include skill walks twice a week. These aren't longer or harder. They're smarter. Choose 2 days a week to focus on specific movement patterns. Side-to-side steps inside your hallway. Backward walking holding onto a rail. Turning drills. Practice turning in both directions slowly and with control. Just 3 to 5 minutes of these patterns activates deeper balance circuits in the brain. Why it matters. Falls often occur not while walking forward, but while turning, stepping sideways, or adjusting direction quickly. These drills prepare you for real-life movements. Step 5. Reassess every 2 weeks. Ask yourself, has my confidence score improved? Do I feel less tired after walking? Am I navigating more complex spaces? If the answer is yes, increase your walk by 1 to 2 minutes or change the terrain slightly, e.g., from carpet to hardwood or from flat path to gentle slope. Why it matters. Gradual challenge equals lasting growth. You want to improve, not overwhelm. There's no shortage of advice when it comes to senior mobility. Unfortunately, much of it is outdated, overly cautious, or simply wrong. These well-meaning but dangerous myths keep millions of older adults from regaining control of their walking, and in many cases, they make things worse. Let's bust the top 5 myths that seniors are told about walking, balance, and aging, and replace them with empowering truths. Myth number 1, falls are just part of getting older. Truth. Falls are common in older adults, but they are not inevitable. The human body is capable of adapting at any age, especially with targeted neuromuscular stimulation like the walking trick. Yes, age brings changes, but the decline is not a straight line. It can be slowed, paused, or even reversed in many cases with daily activation. Myth number 2, you should avoid walking if you feel unsteady. Truth. Avoidance leads to weakness. Weakness leads to more instability. The result? A vicious cycle that ends in dependence. Instead of avoiding walking, the goal should be to prepare for it, by activating the body beforehand, adjusting the environment, and using short, safe walking intervals. Fear tells you to stop. Wisdom says, train smart and walk with intention. Myth number 3, using a cane or walker means you failed. Truth. Mobility aids are tools, not judgments. Many people use a cane temporarily while building balance and strength, just like someone uses a brace during an injury. The walking trick often leads people to need their cane less over time, but there's no shame in using one. What matters is regaining control, not ego. Think of it like this. If a tool helps you walk safely today while you train your body to walk independently tomorrow, use it. Myth number 4, You shouldn't do balance exercises without a therapist present. Truth. Some advanced balance therapies do require supervision, but the walking trick is not dangerous. It's done before movement, in a safe seated or supported position, and uses no risky maneuvers. In fact, waiting for perfect conditions, appointments, schedules, permission, keeps many seniors from ever getting started. The truth is, you have the power to train your body now, at home, without waiting. Myth number 5, if you haven't improved by now, you never will. Truth. There is no deadline on neuroplasticity, the brain's ability to adapt and rewire itself. Studies show seniors in their 90s can still improve balance, strength, and walking ability through repetition and targeted movement. The key is consistency, not intensity. And even a 1-minute daily habit can spark changes over time. Don't measure progress by your age. Measure it by your willingness to try again tomorrow. The danger of believing these myths. When seniors internalize these false ideas, it leads to reduced activity, muscle atrophy, loss of independence, higher fall risk, increased fear and anxiety. But by replacing fear with daily low-risk activation, you send a different message to your brain. I'm still in charge. Most people think of walking as a simple mechanical task. Left foot, right foot, repeat. But in reality, walking is a high-level cognitive activity that requires precise communication between your brain, nervous system, and body. And when you prime your body before walking, you're not just strengthening your muscles, you're strengthening your mind. Let's dive into how this 1-minute trick can improve your memory, focus, mental clarity, and even protect against cognitive decline. The brain-walking connection. When you walk, your brain is constantly making decisions, such as where to place your foot, how much pressure to apply, how to shift your weight, how to keep your balance while turning, how to respond to distractions or obstacles. These micro-decisions happen in the prefrontal cortex, the cerebellum, and the hippocampus, all areas that are deeply tied to memory, spatial awareness, and executive function. When walking becomes unstable or hesitant, it can be a warning sign that cognitive processing speed is slowing. How the walking trick activates cognitive centers. Each part of the walking trick has a neurological ripple effect. Toe presses stimulate the somatosensory cortex, bodily awareness. Heel-to-toe rocking improves the vestibular system, balance and orientation. Core and glute activation triggers cerebellar circuits, coordination. Standing pause with visual focus engages the prefrontal cortex, decision-making and attention. Even 10 seconds of intentional movement sends your brain a clear message. Prepare. Stabilize. Act. This is the opposite of autopilot mode. You're training your brain to be fully present, which is critical for preventing falls, navigating new environments, retaining mental sharpness. Evidence from neuroscience. Recent studies have shown seniors who practice balance-based movement have better memory scores than sedentary peers. Simple postural routines improve reaction time in older adults. Physical routines that involve coordination and attention increase brain-derived neurotrophic factor, BDNF, a compound essential for brain plasticity and protection. In one study, seniors who did a 1-minute morning balance protocol showed fewer lapses in attention, improved mood, greater confidence in multitasking. Why? Because movement creates brain momentum. It clears mental fog and sets your brain on an upward track for the day. Mental benefits you may notice after 2 weeks. By consistently using the walking trick, many seniors report less forgetfulness in the morning, faster ability to make decisions, clearer thinking during conversations, more motivation to start the day, reduced morning anxiety. These aren't miracles. They're the result of syncing your movement system with your mental engine, the way nature intended. Bonus: emotional benefits. There's one more layer that often gets overlooked: emotional well-being. When you begin the day feeling stable, secure, and in control of your movement, your mood improves. You feel more independent, less fearful, and more open to engaging with others. All this from just 1 minute of mindful preparation. You've seen how powerful this walking trick can be. But what if someone close to you, your mother, father, partner, neighbor, or friend, is struggling with balance or mobility? What if they're quietly afraid to walk, and you want to help them take back control. Teaching this method is simple, but doing it the right way can make all the difference. Let's explore how to guide someone with care, respect, and clarity, so they feel empowered, not patronized. Step 1. Start with a story, not instructions. No one likes being told what to do, especially when it's about their body. So instead of saying, "You should try this," begin with, "I saw something interesting today that reminded me of you." Then share a real testimonial or result. Maybe from this video. Maybe from someone else who tried the trick and felt better. Why this works? It opens the door with connection, not correction. It lowers defenses and sparks curiosity. Step 2. Demonstrate, don't lecture. Words fade. But when someone sees the steps done calmly and clearly, they remember. Sit beside them, or show them on a video call. Feet on the floor. Toe press. Rock gently. Core squeeze. Stand with control. No need for complex explanations. Just say, "It helps your body prepare before the first step." That's when most falls happen. Why this works? Visual modeling bypasses fear. It says, "You can do this. I'll show you how." Step 3. Focus on the first try, not perfection. Their first time doing the trick may feel awkward. That's normal. Encourage them with, "Let's just try one round together, no pressure." It's okay if it feels strange. Your body will get it fast. You don't have to do everything perfectly. Just begin. Even if they only do 2 of the 5 steps, praise their effort. Why this works? Confidence grows through action, not lectures. The more supported they feel, the more they'll trust the process. Step 4. Link it to something they already do. Habits stick when they're connected to existing routines. Right after you sit on the edge of the bed, just do this. Before you reach for your walker, take 60 seconds. When you finish brushing your teeth, try 1 round. Why this works? The brain loves patterns. Adding a new habit to an old one makes it feel natural. Step 5. Follow up with love, not pressure. A few days later, check in gently. How did your walking feel yesterday? Did you try that thing we practiced? Want to do it together again tomorrow? If they forgot or stopped, that's okay. Remind them. It's not about being perfect. It's about giving your body a chance to stay strong. Why this works? Encouragement leads to repetition. Repetition leads to transformation. Final tip. Let them take ownership. Once they feel the benefits, even if it's just more control or a bit less wobble, they'll want to keep going. That's when you step back and let them own the routine. Because the real goal isn't to make someone do this. It's to guide them until they realize, "I want this for me." Starting a new routine is easy. Keeping it going, day after day, year after year, that's the real challenge. But habits don't require willpower when they're built with the right strategy. Let's break down how to turn the walking trick into a lifelong health ritual. A practice that stays with you whether you're at home, traveling, or facing new physical challenges. Step 1. Make it identity-based. Instead of saying, "I have to do this walking trick," reframe it as, "This is who I am now. I'm someone who protects my balance. I start every day with control." Your brain defends what it believes about you. If you see the trick as part of your identity, it becomes automatic. Why it works? Behavior that flows from identity is stronger than behavior that depends on motivation. Step 2. Anchor it to a non-negotiable. Tie the routine to something you'll do no matter what, like sitting up in bed, placing your feet on the floor, reaching for your glasses, sipping your first glass of water. This makes it nearly impossible to forget, because it's connected to a trigger that already happens. Why it works? Your brain thrives on cues. One action triggers the next. And soon, the trick becomes a chain reaction. Step 3. Use the "don't break the chain" system. Every time you complete the trick, mark a calendar with UJ. Seeing a streak, 5 days, 10 days, 20, gives you momentum. If you miss a day, that's okay. Just make sure you don't miss 2 in a row. Why it works? Visual streaks build pride and accountability. They also help you track when the benefits begin to appear. Step 4. Upgrade. Don't overwhelm. After 30 consistent days, you may feel tempted to add more. That's great, but do it gently. Examples. Add one extra movement, like the wall stand or heel raises. Practice the trick again before your afternoon walk. Teach it to someone else, which reinforces your own routine. Why it works. Growth keeps you engaged, but overwhelming yourself causes burnout. Let progress evolve naturally. Step 5. Plan for disruptions. Travel, illness, or fatigue will happen. The goal isn't perfection. It's resilience. So create a backup version of the trick. Just the toe press and pause before standing. A mental walkthrough if you're stuck in bed. A seated version if you're in a wheelchair for the day. Why it works. Flexible habits survive. Rigid ones don't. Step 6. Celebrate monthly milestones. Every 30 days, review your progress. Do you walk with less effort? Do you feel more stable in the morning? Has your fear of falling decreased? Reward yourself. A favorite meal. A small gift. Sharing your story with friends. Why it works. Celebration activates dopamine, which cements habits in your brain. Final thought. Make it sacred. This isn't just a trick. It's a ritual. A moment of connection between your body, your brain, and your future. It's 1 minute that says, I care about my independence. I believe in my body's ability to adapt. I choose strength every day. And that choice, it adds up, step by step, morning by morning, into a safer, stronger, and more confident life. Let's take a moment to look back, because now you understand something most seniors don't. Walking safely isn't about age. It's about activation. It's about preparation. It's about using 1 minute each day to send your body a message that says, I'm ready. This isn't just theory. It's a proven, practical method used by thousands of older adults. People who had fallen and stopped falling. People who felt unstable and started walking tall again. People who were afraid of their own steps and now walk with confidence. And you've learned how. The walking trick reactivates your balance system before your first step. It engages your foot, leg, core, and brain, all in under 60 seconds. It works even if you have arthritis, vertigo, or neuropathy. It's backed by real-life success stories and medical support. And it trains not just your body, but your mind and emotions. You've also discovered how to build a personal walking plan. Avoid common habits that sabotage your stability. Track progress that actually matters. Turn this trick into a lifelong habit. Teach it to someone you care about. So now the question is simple. Will you take 1 minute tomorrow to change how the rest of your day goes? Will you give your body the chance to walk with power instead of fear? Will you choose to stop surviving and start moving forward again? Because the choice is yours. Not your doctor's. Not your age's. Yours. If you found this video helpful, take these 3 steps right now. Try the walking trick tomorrow morning, before you take your first step. Share this video with someone you love who might be struggling silently. Subscribe to this channel, because we're building a space where seniors reclaim their strength, confidence, and independence, 1 step at a time. You don't need permission to feel strong. You don't need a gym to feel stable. You just need to begin. And remember, it's not just about walking. It's about walking with purpose, every day, at any age. We'll see you in the next video.